Oh hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Game Life. On this week's show, we took a field trip down to Microsoft's annual Spring Showcase, where we took a look at some of the hottest games coming to Xbox Live Arcade, games that you're going to be able to download on your Xbox 360 starting this summer. The first game we checked out as soon as we walked in the doors takes place in a little town called South Park. Look, we found Glenn McKnight, senior designer at Other Ocean, and he's going to tell us about South Park Tenderman's Revenge.
So South Park Tenderman's Revenge is Scott Tenderman, the evil stepbrother of Eric Cartman, has stolen the boy's Xbox hard drive and is now traveling through time with his army of ginger minions to stop them from getting it back.
It is a 4-player platforming game.
Yes.
But tell me how the South Parkiness affects the gameplay.
So, I mean, it's a 2D platformer, South Park, all the craziness, but I mean, we got all the vulgarity, all the language. You know, this is an M title. We have 4-assed monkeys, we have bollocks flies, we have 6-breasted chickens. We have all kinds of crazy things going on in this game.
I think New Super Mario Brothers only had 5-breasted chickens, so you're actually taking it up a notch.
You're definitely taking it up.
So tell me about working with Matt Stone and Trey Parker about, how South Parky this game is.
So this game is super South Parky. I mean, they just kept coming at us with new crazy ideas, new things to add in the game. You know, we had Mr. Hanky in the game, and next thing they know, they're like, we need a poo-choo train. So you basically spend an entire part of a level running and jumping across a giant train covered in poop. And so, like, this kind of stuff just keeps happening all through the production. You know, it was like, add in bollocks flies, add in these things. It's like, you know, we need the guinea pigs running around in Peru, you know, those kind of things. And the dialogue that was written, you know, just the jokes. My favorite joke in the game is when Cartman says, hey, we're in Mexico. And they're like, no, this is Peru. And he's like, Peru is in Mexico, dumbass. And, you know, it's that kind of stuff that's just really awesome.
And that's why the game has an M rating, is what you're saying?
Yes, for sure.
So let's talk about gameplay again, because we're gamers.
Sure.
What's going on? So it's drop in, drop out, right? Like, your friends can just join in?
It's a drop-in co-op game with your friends online or at home, you know, and you all get together and you beat on each other. You can grief each other as much as you want, or you can actually work together and get things done.
When is it coming out? When are we going to play it?
Coming out this spring.
South Park Tenderman's Revenge, Glenn McKnight, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have fun.
Now back to me in the studio. Now, if getting up close and personal with 6-breasted chickens and 4-assed frogs isn't weird enough for you, our next Xbox Live Arcade game comes from the twisted mind of Akira Yamaoka, maker of Silent Hill. He's got a crazy game about a baseball pitcher who somehow ends up in a nightmarish carnival. Diabolical Pitch is a new Kinect game from the guys at Grasshopper Manufacture. This is the studio that brought us No More Heroes and Shadows of the Damned, so you know that it's going to be completely insane. And yes, it is completely insane. You are a World Series pitcher who has been transported into some ungodly nightmare carnival world in which horrible creatures in cute, fluffy animal costumes are coming up to you and trying to do God knows what to you, and you have to throw flaming and thunder-filled pitches, baseballs at them, and then you have to kick them, and then sometimes you can raise your arms way up above your head and do a diabolical pitch, causing fire to come crashing down on anything and everything.
One thing that we, as we were developing the game and now seeing, the game in final form is that there's this sort of bite-sized gameplay session that sort of mimics that of when we were dropping in quarters at an arcade center and playing for a few minutes until we got the game over screen. Like, it gives you just that enough satisfaction and like that excitement, but you know, your lives are gone, so you have to pour in that next 25 cents. And we feel like the gameplay sessions that we've designed
でき
for
たのになってク
Diabolical
リアでき
Pitch
るのになってい
sort
う
of
レベルの
mirrors
デザイン
that
っていうの
formula
をすごくやって
in a
まし
way
て
that
そこ
even
は
if
多
you
分
clear a stage
遊んでると
successfully,
もうちょっ
it
と
gives
で
you
できるの
that
に
sort
もう
of
ちょっとで
push
きるのに
to
っていう
want
と
to
ころ
go
の
to
加
the
減っていうんですかバランス
next
っていう
screen,
のを
the
や
next
ってるの
level.
You are
で
never going to play another Kinect game like this in your life. It's actually pretty fun, and it's coming out on April 4. Wow, those creepy rabbits sure are creepy. And speaking of creepy, the creepiest creepers of all, creepers, are on their way to the Xbox 360 in Minecraft. So we're here with Roger from Microsoft, who's going to tell us all about Minecraft Xbox 360 Edition. So Roger, for the uninitiated, give us the 30-second elevator pitch. What is Minecraft?
Okay, so Minecraft is a PC phenomenon, which is basically a sandbox game with pixel art. It allows players to be creative. It allows them to discover stuff. It allows them just to use their imagination and just create anything that you ever wanted and have an adventure while they're doing it.
So let's say I'm one of the millions of people who has sunk a whole bunch of time into playing Minecraft on the PC. What is there on the Xbox 360 to justify me getting into a whole other platform with Minecraft?
Well, it's a whole new platform, but it also brings, for the first time ever, multiplayer couch play, up to 4-player, split screen. It also extends to 8-player over live. So everything you're used to on Xbox Live is also available in Minecraft for the first time.
So what we're going to be able to do is like have a party of friends, 4 people sitting on the couch in the same room, all playing Minecraft, all helping each other build things, basically?
Correct. You can have 4 people on a couch in one house and 4 people in a couch in another house too. So you can have 2 lots of split screen, basically, playing over live.
What other advantages does sitting on the couch playing with a controller, in the Xbox 360 version, bring to the table?
Because you can see what's going on all the time, you can be a lot more collaborative. So you can say, hey, can you go and do that, and punch the person on the side of the sofa for you, and go and get the thing.
But of course, if you hate other people and just want to play alone, you can do that too.
Of course you can, yes.
And you can actually, there's more information in there, right? I mean, you don't have to keep constantly looking at Wikipedia articles to figure out what it is you're doing.
Yeah, correct. I mean, one of the things we tried to do with the Xbox 360 version is to make it much more approachable. So, there's the thing you're alluding to. So we got a whole brand new crafting interface, which takes all the information from the wiki, all the ingredients, all the recipes, and shows it to you, gives you information about it. So every time you find something, it says, hey, you can do this with it. We've also extended the feature set to now include a tutorial for the first time, which just brings the people into the game faster.
So when is Minecraft Xbox 360 Edition finally going to be on, I almost said on shelves, but it will never be on shelves. When will it be on the virtual shelf that is the Xbox Live store?
It's going to be out in spring, so not long now.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Minecraft is a big open world first-person adventure, but if you want a little more structure, a little more puzzles in your first-person games, you need look no further than Conundrum. It's the latest brainchild of Kim Swift, one of the designers of Portal.
I broke into the industry back in 2007 with a little game called Portal, and that was my kind of first foray into games straight out of school. And since then, I've moved on to Airtight Games and making a new game called Conundrum that sort of has like a similar feel to Portal in that it's a first-person environmental puzzle game set in this Victorian kind of manor home, and you play as this kid who has been dropped off at your uncle's doorstep by your parents. They're like, we want you to just kind of be out of our hair for a weekend. So as you go into the manor house, you realize that something has gone horribly wrong, and your uncle, Professor Fitzgerald Quadrangle, has gone missing, and now you're going to have to find him. Luckily, you have access to what's called the interdimensional shift device, which is Professor Quadrangle's latest invention that allows you to switch dimensions on the fly at any time. So let's say I'm in this room right now and I need to move a big heavy table. What I'll do is use my IDS device to switch the dimension to fluffy dimension, and now everything is pink and cuddly and cute, but also it's a useful dimension because things are now 10 times lighter, so I can pick up that table and throw it across the room. There's 5 different dimensions in Quantum Conundrum. There is normal dimension, there is fluffy dimension, there is a new one that we're revealing right now, which is heavy dimension, which is the polar opposite of fluffy dimension, so things are 10 times heavier. There is reverse gravity dimension, where everything that is normally down goes up. And then slow motion dimension, where everything is now moving 10 times slower than normal. So with that, you're combining these different dimensions in order to solve a different puzzle, as well as using those dimensions in conjunction with gameplay objects, making different permutations of stuff you can do. Quantum Conundrum will be coming out this summer, 2012, on XBLA, PSN, and Steam for PC.
As a big fan of Portal, I am really looking forward to playing Quantum Conundrum later this year. Well, from all of us here in the Fluffy Dimension, thank you very much for watching. Check us out at wired.com/GameLife or follow me on Twitter @KobunHeat.